Hi there guys, welcome back to the Red and Blue Site YouTube channel. Really exciting day today. Not only does the World Cup finally get kicked off tonight, and Russia, Saudi Arabia, not a very big game by any means, but everyone in the world will be watching it, including me. The Premier League fixtures for the 2018-19 season have been released today, and I'm going to, in today's video, just do a quick run through of those fixtures, the key Palace fixtures for me, some other ones that I'm interested in as well. And yeah, I'm just really excited, and looking at the fixture list from a first glance, I have just seen them, so I've browsed them and seen what I thought. I'm quite happy with how our fixtures are panning out. I think our run in, if we'll come on to the run in a minute, but I think our best place to start is match week 1. Saturday, 11th of August this season, the Premier League gets kicked off. I think that was the same last year, any earlier, and it would be a bit stupid to be honest. But Palace will be away at Fulham. So we had newly promoted Huddersfield last season at home. We know how that ended, mainly because of the De Boer style of play. A really pumped Huddersfield, coming to Selhurst, first Premier League game. I think it was just a bad time to play Huddersfield. I'm okay with playing Fulham away from home, because obviously they're going to be pumped. They want to have a performance in front of their home crowd. But summer day, down the river, right on the Thames. It's going to be a good away day, good time I think to play them. I know they're going to be pumped and ready to go, but I think we're going to be equally pumped. We're still going to have Roy Hodgson. It's not going to be De Boer, so we won't have a change in manager for once. And I think playing Fulham opening day of the weekend is a good chance if we get a win there, just to set the ball rolling. And even if we lose, I think that it's a game that we can say, like Huddersfield, would be a tricky one, first game to come up, but I'm happy with Fulham away. I think that's a really cool game to play. If we just scan down the fixtures, opening game, Arsenal City is the opening game of the season, and I think that's just an awesome one, because you don't see the top 6 play each other usually on the first or last game of the season. So to see Arsenal be paired up to City, I think is really cool, and I'm happy that the fixtures, the people who do the fixtures in the Premier League, have chosen to do that. If we're looking down on the next match week, we then have Liverpool at home. So very similar to last season's fixtures, I think you'll remember. Played a newly promoted team in our first game, and then we played Liverpool in our second game. This time, obviously, it's reversed in terms of the home and away. We're going to be playing away first game, and then home to Liverpool is our first game. So I'm happy with that. First home game against Liverpool. It's a good time to play Liverpool early in the season at home, So I'm very happy with that. I think that's the best time to try and get points from the top 6 teams, to play them early, first game of the season at home, try and catch them off guard if you're lucky. Then we got away at Watford, routine away day really, another London-based away day. So I'm quite happy with that. I think we then come into, I have Southampton after that, and then away to Huddersfield. So we've got a really good opening 5 games, really. So if you look at it from the start again, we're away to Fulham opening day. Then we've got home to Liverpool. And then we're away to Watford. Home to Southampton. Away to Huddersfield. And then I believe home to Newcastle. Those are our first 5 games. So very nice little run at the start. And it's one that I think we got to look to be trying to get at least 3 wins out of those 5 fixtures, get points on the board early, and then try and take us away from that relegation trouble as early as possible. It's a really nice opening set of fixtures. If we then move on, we play newly promoted Wolves in October, and then this is the first tricky run that I've seen in the fixtures. So Saturday 27th October, so decent, we're over 2 months into the season before we get to a really tricky run, which is really nice actually. It's got a nice easy start. Home to Arsenal. The week after that we're away to Chelsea. Then the week after that we're home to Spurs, and then away to Manchester United. So we've got those 4 games, a very tricky run. One of those that November month basically is going to be the killer month for us. If we get out of that with a 1 win, that's very good return, I think. We don't typically do that well against the top 6. Every season we have, since we've come up, at least got 1 win out of one of the top 4 teams. So I'm confident that we can get at least one win out of those sides. But yeah, it's a very tricky run of games. And then we go into December, 1st of December. After that run, we're at home to Burnley, and I think that will be a nice game to come out of the run, because even though it will be tricky because Burnley are Europa League side, and it's you got top four get effectively top four teams, and then you've got Burnley, a Europa League team. It's a tricky run, but I think Burnley's a nice way to come out of that because we're at home. They're probably going to be quite tired from Europa League football by that stage. Fingers crossed, then we can come out of that run, with a good win. We then come into the Christmas fixtures, which we all love and we all want to know about. So Tuesday, 4th of December, it is the big one. This is the fixture that I looked for, apart from the opening and closing day of the season. This was the only fixture I scanned for before looking at the rest of them. We're away to Brighton. Tuesday, 4th of December, 7:45 kickoff. So very similar to last season, if you remember. We played Brighton away first in the winter months. It was November, a bit earlier last time. And then we played them at home at our place in April. And it's very similar. This or the season coming up, 2018-19 season, is very similar again. Where we're playing Brighton first away from home on a Tuesday night. Hopefully it will be better run than last time, Sussex Police. And we won't have that absolute shambles that happened at the Amex last season. But that's when we play Brighton. Get that in your diaries if you haven't already. Tuesday, 4th of December, 7:45. It obviously may change depending on if you put it on TV or not. Might well do after last season. But that's a big one there. Then I'm going to scan through the rest of the December games and come to Boxing Day. So the Boxing Day game is obviously another big one that a lot of clubs look at. And we're at home to Cardiff on Boxing Day. And I'm quite happy with that because it's another newly promoted team that we haven't seen in the Prem for a while. If Neil Warnock is still there, it'll be Warnock coming back to Palace on Boxing Day. And I believe that Boxing Day was his last game for Palace when we played Southampton. I think we lost 3-0 and then he got sacked the next day. So, it was weird how these fixtures line up, to be honest. So there's a lot of reasons why Cardiff coming to Selhurst on Boxing Day will be quite a sentimental sort of thing. But yeah, I think that's a very good Boxing Day fixture. I'm happy with that, and I'll be expecting us to win that. Hopefully Cardiff will be down near the bottom at that stage and we won't be worrying at that point about relegation. Fingers crossed again, because you never know with Palace. But there you go. Then you've got New Year's Eve. You've got the Saturday, 29th of December. We're at home to Chelsea. Again, another home game. Really happy with that. Not much travelling either, like some teams have over Christmas period. So we've got 2 home games back to back. Love that. And Chelsea, chance for a win there. Hopefully, like last season, we have a 2-1 win or something like that. That'd be awesome. Then you've got New Year's Day. We are away at Wolves, another newly promoted club. And again, I think that's a good time to play them. New Year's Day, everyone's going to be pumped. Start of 2019, let's start fresh and everything. Obviously, Wolves will have a very good squad. Will probably be strange for a newly promoted team, but probably won't be in that relegation battle for most of the season. So it's going to be a tough game with the signings that are inevitably going to bring in. But hopefully after the winter window as well, we'll have new signings as well, and we can put in a good performance. But I'm again happy with Wolves away on New Year's Day. I'm quite happy with that, to be honest. Not been to Wolves either, so it's a good away day for me too. Looking down then, so then you come into like some mid-table games. We're away at Liverpool on the 19th of January. You got these, the top 6 teams. What I've noticed is the top 6 teams, apart from that run of 4 or 5 games in November, it's quite nicely spread out, the top 4 teams. We have like a couple, 2, maybe 3, mid-table to bottom half of the table teams. And then all of a sudden, then you get a top 6 team chucked in, and then you get another nice little run, then another top 6 team. So I'm happy with how the fixture panned out, especially with the top 6 teams. There's one tricky run, but it's early in the season. When you come into, like, we're in February, if I'm looking in February now, home to West Ham, followed by away to Leicester, followed by then home to United. You see what I mean? So you've got 2 winnable games, good games. And then you've got Tuesday 26th, you'll then have Palace United, which looks like it'll be a live game. That's an 8 o'clock kickoff. Again, after last season, I don't know what will happen. But then after that, away to Burnley, then home to Brighton. That is the second one, home to Brighton, Saturday 9th of March. So a little bit earlier than last season. But yeah, 9th of March is the date you want. Again, Brighton at home. We're going to bang them again. So yeah, you got a nice little run of two or three games there. And then we're away at Spurs on 16th of March. So you see what I mean. I think it's really nice how the fixtures have panned out. They're evenly distributed, the top 6 teams. Not getting on any significant runs where we can drop number of points. See, and then straight after Spurs, we are home to Huddersfield. We're away to Newcastle. That will be a very tough game, don't get me wrong, but not a top 6 side. and then home to Man City in April. Hopefully by that point they will either won the league or or they have nothing to play for by then, and we have a chance of potentially getting something against them. But again, nice time to play them. Then we're away at Arsenal, so there you go. We have City, Arsenal, and then we got Everton on 27th of April, and this is the last 5 games of the season coming up to. So that's another tricky run near the end. Obviously, last season was a very nice run. I don't think we could have asked for a better run, and I don't think we'll get an easier run ever again, to be honest. So I'm not upset that we've got these top 6 teams in the last 7 games of the season. I think 7th, 6th, and 5th games before the end of the season, we have these teams. We've got City, then Arsenal, then Everton, and then on Saturday, 4th of May. So this is the penultimate game of the season. We're away at Cardiff, and then final game of the season will be at home to Bournemouth. Another home game to finish the season, which every fan kind of wants. Bournemouth, a nice game. I think a winnable game for sure. Depending on where we're both at, it could be an important game. You never know. I don't know if Bournemouth or Palace could be down near the bottom of that stage. You never know. And Cardiff away on Saturday, 4th of May is a good time to play Cardiff, because all I asked for when the fixtures were about to be announced with the newly promoted teams was, because Cardiff's a bit of a trek to get to Wales, and it's also very cold in Wales. I was just hoping that we'd have Cardiff in, not in the winter months. So my wish has come true there. Cardiff, the final away day of the season. That'll probably be their final home game. Let me just check. They're away to Man United, Cardiff, for final game of the season. So hopefully they would have stayed up by then, and they won't have to depend on that game, because that's a tricky last game. But Brighton have Man City at home, by the way, on the final game of the season. So hopefully that'll be the killer blow for them. But yeah, those are the fixtures, guys. So I'm very happy that we got Cardiff final away game. And we're very happy with the first game of the season away at Fulham. I think that's a good time to play Fulham, and I'm happy to be going to Fulham so early in the summer. Sunglasses on, down the Thames, love it. And like I said, apart from that tricky run in November, it's a very nice little run of games we've got across the whole season. So those are the Premier League fixtures. Go onto the PremierLeague.com website, they're all up there. Thank you for watching, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below. As always, comment. I love hearing your comments on the Premier League fixtures and what you think. And I just love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. Really excited for the World Cup coming up. There will be videos on the World Cup coming soon.